the Warden, what is probably the most unique mob that has ever been announced to be added to Minecraft to date. That isn't all about him. Most people, however, intend on finding out what the scope uses are, and most people intend to just experiment with them, like me. Mostly, however, although it is true that the Warden has been moved to 1.19 next year, that doesn't stop the community theorizing on either its origins or how to survive in the deep dark. However, but with a simple but probably very, very complicated strategy to avoid this guy. Now, today's add-on is the Warden and Archaeology add-on. You will find the link to the MCPEDL page in the description down below and to its creator. Now, please remember that this is an add-on, not the official Warden and Skulk behaviors, which in turn means that there might be some bugs and some things might not work as it's supposed to be. With that in mind, subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and let's get into the strategies. Now, according to Minecraft Live 2021, the Deep Dark Cities will occasionally generate both the Skulk Streakers and the Skulk Sensors. Now, the reason why I only talk about these two and not the other three blocks, which is the Skulk Catalyst, the normal Skulk, and the Skulk Veins, is one simple thing in particular. These two are the most dangerous. The Skulk Catalyst, however, is harmless, and of course the other one is just Skulk. The Skulk Sensor, as you are able to remember from Minecraft Live 2021, is actually communicating with the Skulk Shriekers. According to King B-Dogs, the Skulk Shriekers are communicating with the Warden, and they do not make the darkness effect. The Warden does, which in turn means that if the Skulk Sensors and the Skulk Shriekers are deleted, or technically you break them from a certain area, the Warden will not be able to come. Now, the strategy involves in this. First, if you find a certain place where a Skulk Sensor and a Skulk Shrieker are close to each other, now, because this is an add-on, the behavior is different. If I set this off, there is still a certain radius on where the Skulk Shrieker will set off, like here, for example. Now, here's the thing. Remember to be very careful. What I want the future to do is, if you find a loot chest, like somewhere here, for example, and you see these two, then it's a very easy way to know what to do. Firstly, you be very careful if there's any other sensors nearby, because if you break this and there's another sensor nearby, the official Minecraft version, when this is released, will make the Skulk sensor break, and it will send another signal to a nearby Skulk sensor, and that nearby Skulk sensor in turn will activate a Shrieker, which could alert the Warden, and we don't want that. But like I said, there's a simple way on how to do this. One thing is wool. You need to use wool. Now, because this is an add-on, remember, the wool occlusion doesn't work yet, and King B-Dog says that he wants to make it work soon enough. Now, the simple strategy is this. You see the direction of either the Skulk Shrieker or Sensor or both, and you just cover it up like this. Now, I don't know if the top signal will actually transfer, but what I want you to do is to make sure that the most important parts are covered up, because if the Skulk Sensor is broken at this way, there will be no wave to transfer to either the Skulk Sensor or Shrieker nearby. Now, put that in mind, and you can use your hoe or anything else to just break the Skulk Sensor. and it shouldn't activate anything else. Now, here's the thing. I wish that you guys try your best to kill as many e-skulk sensors in the area as possible. This, yeah, see there? This is mostly due to the fact that if a skulk sensor is shut off, the skulk shrieker will go off as well. And, like I said before, that will alert the warden to your presence. And speaking of which, the warden just went out of my render distance, so I guess he's gone for now. But here's the thing. After you find out that you have killed every single skulk sensor and everything, you break the skulk shriekers. They will not be able to activate by just breaking. They are not like skulk sensors. They can communicate with each other due to my observing eyes in the Minecraft Live 2021. You break all the sensors, you disable the danger. Okay? And then you still need to be cautious. Just because you eliminate pretty much every single danger, you can see, oh, there you are, you're lumbering back, doesn't mean that you can just make as many noise as you please. It's not like you're just gonna be like, woo, I did it, I killed the sensors, now I can be loud. No. Just don't. Now, after you kill all those, pretend there's a chest here, you can just open it and just be like, loot everything, and then you can just keep exploring. But just remember, you have to shift. Keep shifting. Never stop shifting. If you stop shifting, you might die. Now, on to the Warden. So far, I found out in this add-on, that if you walk nearby it, well, not exactly only here, but in the add-on at least, if you walk nearby it, it actually sends signals to it and it will alert you to your location. According to a tweet by King B-Dogs, he said that importing the Warden to Bedrock Edition has been fun. And that the Warden is able to respond to signals now. Now, which signals are we talking about? Is it player-made signals? Or skulk sensor-made signals? Because we saw in Minecraft Live 2021 that even if you shift and you go onto the skulk, as you can see right there, it will still alert the Warden. Now, hopefully, it's just one of them. And that one of them is the skulk sensor. Because if you have already broken the skulk sensor, you don't even need to worry about the Warden being there. So, that will and because of that, that's probably not the case. And that's the reason why we have another problem. If the Warden emerges from underneath the ground, try your best not to do anything. So far, pretend the Warden is like the Iron Golem. You build up 3 blocks, and you can just crit him out over and over and over again to deplete his 500 health. Now, I don't know if the Warden's armor or defense or attack or whatever is gonna be like either boosted or nerfed or anything, because there's still like 365 more days until probably this update releases. So I'm not gonna make suggestions just yet about that. But for example, I'm just gonna go in and Game of Survivor. Oh yeah, and I forgot, the Warden in this add-on can sense you if you're very close to him. So, and this add-on's Warden's hitbox feels like it's randomized every time you hit it. See, sometimes it hits, sometimes it does not, so I don't know what that's about. But let's try something else. If I go into the signal range, wait, hold up. Now here's the thing. You guys saw at the beginning of the video that this Warden in particular started burning in the daylight. Now, is that actually what happens in real Minecraft? Like, is it intentional? But that's not the case right now. The case right now is, does placing wool down alert it? I'm in the range. It does not. And the Warden is like bugging out right now. But it seems like being this high, it doesn't necessarily detect my presence. Which is a good thing in this case, but probably not going to be in the actual update. Now, just remember what I said before about the strategy on how to avoid the Warden and everything. Place wool around the Skunk sensors first. Make sure to cover up any single direction that might set off another sensor or shrieker, and you break it. If you do it correctly, nothing should go wrong. And then you delete all the other sensors in the area, and then proceed to the shriekers. And also be careful not to step on top of them, because if you do, I think if you step on top of the shrieker, it ignites. But in this case, it does not. But in the Minecraft beta 1.18.0.27, the skull shriekers have been added into the beta, and when the player steps on them, it shrieks, and it gives you the darkness effect. So, probably that's not good. Ow. Now, here's another problem that I don't know if anyone found out. And that is none other than... That problem is none other than the how did we get here advancement. Ow. Reason being that the how did we get here advancement, you need to get all the effects at the same time. Now, because of the new darkness effect, and the Warden is the one that causes it, how do Java players be able to get this advancement? Now, in 1.19? No clue. But, maybe the community... Well, the community is smart, so figure that out. Figure that out. I know you guys can do it. But since I'm not a Java player yet, I don't have to worry about that. But I just really hope that if you want to get the how do we get your advancement, you do it right now. Do it exactly like right now before the update comes out. Because I don't know how you get this guy to the surface. Speaker or sensor? Or just lure him up, like drink speed or something, and just zoom out while he's chasing you? I don't know. But that kind of concludes it to this video. I'm sorry if my explanation doesn't make sense. I'm like one of those people who doesn't know how to explain very well. And for the grand finale, I will get killed by the Warden again. Give me a Warden. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Huggy wuggy. Oh. Okay, well, that's that. Thank you guys so much for watching. If this strategy sounds correct, please leave a like. And we'll just have to wait and see if my strategy actually works when the update comes out. If King B-Dog sees this, he'll probably be like, yeah, I will make the deep, dark, and Warden behavior be absolutely opposite on what this guy said. And then this video will be an absolute failure. But hopefully King B-Dogs doesn't see this, and the plan for the Warden will be the same as usual. And because of that, see you guys next time. Peace out.